guys, welcome back to my channel. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit that bell to be notified. We'll be doing completing the square. Alright? So, guys, please to pay keen attention. Okay? So, let's go. So, what if I have this question? X squared minus 6x, right, minus 16 equals to 0. Right, as usual, right, it's, it is a, oh, what's going on? It's ax square plus bx plus c. Alright, now my whole aim of doing completing the square is to get a perfect square. We need to bring it down to a perfect square, all right? Or creating then a perfect squared trinomial, all right? So let's get into it. So I have x squared minus 6x minus 16 equal to 0. Now your first step is to move your constant and take it to the right hand side. Again, you need to move your constant and take it to the right hand side. Now, the only way to kill this minus 16 is to do the opposite. Alright? And the opposite of subtraction is addition. So we're going to kill this one by adding 16. And to make this balance, we do it to the other side. So you add 16. Alright? Now this is dead. Cool? So now we are left with x squared minus 6x. Alright? And that is equal to 16. Good? Now, the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to take half the coefficient of x, which is minus 6. So we're going to take half of minus 6. Alright? So we're going to take half of b then. Alright? Half of b. So we know half of b, so it's b. We know that this is b, minus 6. So we're taking half of b. When we take half of b, we're going to square it. Cool? So we know that it's minus 6 divided by 2, and that is equal to minus 3. Alright? When you get that minus 3, you're going to square it. And we know minus 3 is the same as minus 3 times minus 3, and 3 times 3 is equal to 9. Cool? Again, we're going to take half the coefficient of x, which is half of b. When you take half the coefficient of x, you need to square that number. Alright? Now we have done that and we have squared that number and it's equal to 9. Now what you're going to do is you're going to add 9 to each side. So my equation is now x squared minus 6x plus 9, and that is equal to 16 plus 9, 25. So if you realize that my new constant or my new c is now 9, guys, remember that we're trying to make this equation, we're trying to put it into a perfect square, alright, trinomial. Now, the next step that you're going to do, we're going to put this x squared minus 6x plus 9 in a perfect square. And in doing so, we will get x, alright, alright, and half the coefficient of b was minus 3, and we square that number. Alright, now, we like to prove things, alright? So let's prove this to see if this x minus 3 squared is equal to this right here. So let's try and prove that. So we know x minus 3 is the same as x minus 3 multiplied by x minus 3. And as you know, x times x give us x squared, alright, minus x times minus 3, right? So that is minus 3x. Again, this is minus 3 times x, which is minus 3x. And minus 3 times minus 3 give us a positive 9. So we're going to clean this up, alright? So when we clean this up, we have x squared. You owe 3 things, and you owe 3 more. So you now owe 6 things. And you have a 9 right there. Kaboom. So this is our perfect square. and our perfect square. So let me put this over here. This 9 also was half the coefficient. Alright, so let me draw this coming here to show you. Alright, cool. Now, we're not done. So now that we put this into a perfect square, and this is going to be equal to our 25, and we're going to clean this up. Alright, so by cleaning this up, we have x minus 3 squared equal 25. Now we want to get rid of this square. And as usual, we do the opposite. Alright? So let me see if I can erase this right here. Show you. Alright. Now, we know that the opposite of addition is subtraction. The opposite of multiplication is division. Now, what's the opposite of a power? The opposite of to get rid of power is the root. Cool? Now, we're going to root this. Alright? So when we root this, we get rid of this. And what we do to one side, we have to do it to the other side. So we're trying to balance this off. So we also root 25. Alright? Now, this is now x minus 3 because this is dead. Alright? And that is equal to the root of 25 is 5. Alright? And because we root a constant, we have a plus and minus. And that is 5. Alright? Now we're going to clean this up because we're trying to find what x are. Alright? So now we're going to shift this minus 3 from beside x. So this becomes x minus 3 plus 3 because we want to kill it. And this is equal to 3 plus or minus 5. Alright? Now this is equal to x is equal to, so we're going to split this because we have 3 plus or minus 5. We're going to split it. So one of my x is equal to 3 plus 5. So my x is equal to 8. And the other one is x is equal to 3 minus 5. So my x is now equal to minus 2. Kaboom. Okay guys, so what if I have this question? 2x squared plus 3x minus 3 equals 0. Alright, so you know that now our coefficient, the coefficient of x squared is 2. Know this rule, people. The coefficient of x squared must be 1. Alright, so the coefficient of x squared must be 1. Alright, so look at this. What we can do, we can divide. Alright, we're going to divide through the equation by 2 to get rid of this 2. Alright, so we're dividing by 2. Cool? Now, we know that this is dead. Alright, so we are now left with x squared plus 3x divided by 2 minus 3 over 2, and that's equal to 0. Alright, so we're going to clean this up. Alright, so we need to get rid of this. So we need to kill this because we need to move our constant to the right hand side. Alright, so we are now left with x squared plus 3x divided by 2 equal positive 3 over 2. We're still not done. Now that we are here, we need to take half the coefficient of x. Alright? And half the coefficient of x, which is, we know that x, the coefficient of x is b divided by 2. Cool? So we have 3 divided by 2. No, divided by 2. So we have 3 over 2 divided by 2. And you know this is the same as 3 divided by 2 divided by 2. Alright? So we got into some little fraction. Cool? So we know we can just basically find the reciprocal of this, of 2 divided by 1. Alright? So we're going to change the sign of division. We multiply. So this is the same as 3 over 2 multiply by 1 over 2. Alright, so this is equal to 3 over 4. So half the coefficient of x is now 3 divided by 4. Alright, and remember that when we find half the coefficient of x, what we need to do? Right, we need to square that number. So it is 3 over 4, and we're going to square it. Alright, and when we square this number, it is equal to 3 3 is 9 over 4 4, 16. Alright, so our new constant will now be, so we're going to have x squared plus 3 divided by 2x, alright, plus 9 over 16. 9 divided by 16 is equal to, right back here, 3, a 2, and you're going to add your 9 over 16. Alright? Let me repeat this because it kind of look a little confusing knowing that you're dealing with fraction. Don't worry about it. So let's run through it back again. Alright? Now we want to make the coefficient of x squared to be 1. Alright? So what we do is we divide everything by 2. So when we divide it by 2, we basically kill this 2 from where x squared is. So we're now left with x squared plus 3x divided by 2, alright, minus 3 over 2 equals 0. Now the next step is to take the constant and bring it to the right hand side. Alright? So when we take the constant and bring it to the right hand side, we're now left with this. X squared plus 3x divided by 2 is equal to 3 divided by 2. Alright? Now, when we get here, our next step is to take half of 3 over 2 is equal to 3/4. Alright? And then you square that number. When you square that number, we are left with 9 divided by 16. And the next step is to add. Alright, the next step is to add our new constant to both sides. Alright, and now we're going to clean this up. Alright, so when we're cleaning it up, we'll end up with x and half the coefficient of x. Alright, which is plus half the coefficient of x, which was 3 divided by 4. Alright, and you square that number. And now this is equal to 3 divided by 2 plus 19 plus 9 over 16. Alright? So we're going to do a little fraction here. So this is 3 divided by 2 plus 9 over 16. So 16. So 2 into 16 goes 8. 3 8's 24. Plus 16 into 16 goes 1. That is 9. So this is equal to 24 plus 9. This is 33 over 16. Alright. So now this is equal to 33 divided by 16. So we still need to clean this up. Alright. Now, we now have to get rid of our power by using our square root. Alright. So we square both sides. This and this is dead. Alright. Let me erase over here to get some space. So we are now left with x plus 3 over 4, and that is equal to plus or minus, alright, the square root of 33 divided by 16. We still can clean this up, alright. So now this is equal to x is equal to, we're bringing this over here, which is minus 3 over 4 plus or minus the square root. Alright, look at this now, guys. we can square root, when we square root 16, we're going to get 4. All right, so we still can have 33 over 4. All right, and we still can pretty this up. We can clean it up. And when we clean it up, we can have this. We could have x minus, all right, 3. X is equal to, sorry, x is equal to minus 3 plus the square root of 33 plus or minus square root of 33 all divided by 4, because we have the same denominator. So this is minus 3 plus or minus the square root of 33 divided by 4. Thank you for watching, guys. And please remember to like, share, subscribe. Hit that bell to be notified when you get a new video. Guys, have a blessed day. Peace out. And remember, a prayer day, keep the devil away. So, one love. See you next time.